The stepfather of two missing Idaho children was in court this week after two sets of human remains were found at his home. A judge setting bail at $1 million for Chad Daybell after prosecutors revealed the remains found on his property were of two children. Daybell is now facing charges of evidence destruction, which is punishable with up to 5 years in prison. His next day in court is scheduled for July. Meanwhile, his wife, Vallow Daybell, the children's mother, is awaiting trial on charges of child abandonment and obstruction of an investigation. The couple came under intense scrutiny after traveling to Hawaii and failing to report the children missing. Authorities also investigating allegations the couple may have been involved in a cult. Bob Bianchi, our legal expert, stuck around. I appreciate it, Bob. Why is there no charge of murder or anything more serious than obstructing an investigation if you've got two bodies identified as children on their property?
It's a great question, Bill, and often misunderstood by the public. The prosecutor still has to prove that they actually committed a homicide, that they actually committed a murder. So the prosecutors are smart here. They're giving a little charge with $1 million bail on it, may I add. So this way they're off the streets. They can't tamper with evidence. They can't communicate with one another. And now steady pace wins the race here for the prosecutors. They want to make sure they dot I's, cross T's, because proving that it was a murder and who is the person who perpetrated the murder, you need to go slow. When you have these cases where the public is pushing prosecutors to file charges, oftentimes it winds up bad because they go too far and didn't collect the evidence that was necessary prior to the filing of those charges.
If you're the prosecutor, first of all, how long do you think this is going to play out, and what's your next move?
When you're in that scenario as a prosecutor, you got to make sure you're not using the person who actually committed the murder and is pointing the finger at somebody else. You got to make sure you got the right person. Sometimes we employ polygraphs, other investigative techniques to make sure that we believe. I had a murder case just like this where we flipped one co-defendant against the other co-defendant, and the defense lawyer's argument throughout the whole trial was the prosecutors, Bob Bianchi, picked the wrong guy. He lost, but that was the argument. It's a good argument to make.
It's fascinating stuff, but at the end of the day, it's so tragic. Two kids are dead. Awful. Thanks, Bob.
You got it, Bill.